Hello friends, welcome to my channel OrgaNatic. In today's video we are going to visit my friend Dasha and find out what useful items she has in her kitchen. If you like videos about home organization, please subscribe to my channel and let's get started. Since the owners of the apartment love minimalism, they try to choose all the objects in a concise style, like for example this two-tier fruit bowl. This is a modern version of a classic serving bowl. It seems to me that the contents look even more delicious when there is nothing to distract from them. Note the design of this fruit holder if you want to save space on a surface while keeping the fruit sorted in levels to prevent them from rotting quickly. Typically, this fruit bowl is kept on a dining table, but it can be moved to the balcony where the family likes to spend time when the weather is nice. Fortunately, it doesn't weigh much at all. This T-shaped kitchen island is connected to a stove, so in order to reduce the amount of items here, Dasha came up with the idea to keep the salt and pepper mills in the place where they are accessible both while cooking at the stove and when eating at the dining table. Take a look at the mills. The large one is for pepper and the small one is for salt. They have their own place on a stone plank to visually group them together, as well as to protect the surface from scratches. Besides serving as kitchen tools, these mills make a nice decor, turning the space into a cozy and lively room, which is especially relevant for minimalists. This item in Dasha's kitchen impressed me the most. This cutting board made of artificial stone comes with a stylish stand. In addition to its awesome design, it comes with lots of perks. First, it doesn't absorb any odors or juices. You can chop a bunch of different ingredients on it, one after another. Second, there are no pores and micro cracks in the material, so no bacteria will accumulate and fungus won't grow. And third, these boards are very durable and easy to care for. Rinse it off and done. I feel like this cutting board is the dream of every minimalist, not just because it alone replaces a set of cutting boards for different purposes, but also because it perfectly fits minimalist style, which is known for being modest and rigorous. Granular products are grouped in a drawer of this kitchen, with the help of special containers, of course. These containers are rectangular in shape, and the transparency on all sides is their main advantage. Even though they are stocked in a drawer, it's easy to determine the content of each container through the clear lid. Dasha has no need to label or indicate the expiration date on them, since all the products here are used on a regular basis. This drawer under the stove stores neatly organized kitchen tools that are regularly used in cooking. I'd like to emphasize the spice rack tray. The spices are stored in the center of the drawer in a slanted and tight way, which makes it easy to see the labels, identify the content, and find the right thing. By the way, you can make a rack like that out of a cardboard yourself. And here's a life hack for those who don't want to spend money on jars. When selecting spices, pay attention to the shape of a jar, or better buy all the spices of the same brand. Then your drawer will look nice even when its content is in its original packaging, and the spices in identical jars will take up much less space. Here's another storage helper for nuts, candy or even jam. These 3-tier jars won't take up much space on a table or a shelf and will allow to use it in the most ultimate way. Their shtick is that you can arrange them on top of each other, as well as arranging them in a row to keep the content more accessible. The hostess loves to keep different types of nuts in these glass jars. This is especially helpful if a family member or a guest is allergic to a specific nut. Most of the time the jars stay on a small kitchen cabinet, and if there are guests in the house or the family watches TV, Then the jars are moved to a coffee table by the sofa in the living room. In general, these jars can store anything small and don't have to be edible. And here's another interesting drawer under the stove. It's equipped with a divider system that allows you to manually adjust to the desired size. It is very useful when you keep things of different lengths and widths in the drawer. Notice the embedded foil and wrap dispensers. They come with cutters, which will definitely save your time. The microwave wasn't one of the first appliances acquired in this kitchen. In fact, it came much later. So instead of being installed on a counter, it found its place in the cabinet above the oven, which is a convenient place for the owners of the kitchen since they don't use it all that much. The microwave is hidden from sight, which preserves the minimalistic look of the kitchen. In order to keep the work surface from getting overloaded, a few appliances are stored in a closed cabinet. By opening the cabinet, you get access to a toaster and a kettle. It wasn't hard to do at all, since there happened to be power outlets inside. By the way, when the guests arrive for tea time, the kettle is placed on top of the counter, but usually it sits in the cabinet because they don't drink tea that much. The cups stand on the shelf right above it. And above the cups, cookbooks. Because all of these items are hidden from view, it is that much easier to clean the kitchen. Speaking of tea, let me show you how tea bags are kept in this kitchen. There are 9 cells in this tea caddy box, so you can easily keep as many as 9 varieties of tea. Typically it's stashed in the drawer close to a kettle, and it goes on a table when there are guests. By the way, let me know in the comments what type of tea is your favorite. The hostess uses this stylish bread box with a lid to store bread. The bread box has holes on the sides for air circulation. Notice the bamboo lid, it also functions as a cutting board that comes with special crumb-catching grooves to keep the area clean. You can keep these bread boxes in a cabinet or in a drawer, or like in this case, on a counter. It's a great idea for those who can't imagine life without bread. If you like this video, please show it to me by hitting the like button. Please subscribe to my channel if you are new. See you next week. Bye bye!